All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I appreciate what Luis had to say. And in his talk, he actually had the title of my thought of the day. And it's not Father G with a gang of women. That's not the title. My title is Hope. Right? And Luis talked about that. And let me start with two quotes. Buddhist priest Thich Nhat Hanh. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear hardship today. Second quote, I always go to Martin Luther King for terrific quotes. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. All right. Third line of hope. Hope has an address, right? And that's the one we have. And here at Homeboy, I'm not sure how that was created all those years ago. It has many different meanings, and the way I think about it, hope has an address, and what that means is that, I pick this up by talking to many of you that sometimes you know you want to come to Homeboy and you walk right into our doors and you seek some type of help. Oftentimes you think about it for weeks, months, even years. And knowing that we're here to help you when you want to leave that lifestyle behind and move forward. And so our building represents hope. And so that's how I think about this concept of hope has an address. It also means hope means like life blooms here and life moves forward. But this past week I had another sort of chance to see hope in action. A week ago, a few of us went to Chicago, the University of Notre Dame, had a conference there. Miguel, Rocio, Mariana Henriquez, and Inez, and Adrian went. And their business school has helped nonprofits around the country and around the world. And at this conference, they actually had many of their partners that they worked with. And about 40 people were there, about 25 organizations. And so there's a few in the United States that they help, and Homeboy being one of them. What was pretty amazing is visiting with people from all around the world. And there was folks from Pakistan and Tajikistan, right down in Southeast Asia. There was an organization there from Ukraine, which is in the middle of the war with Russia, and had to do relief services for people who are suffering from that war situation. A couple organizations from Colombia, an organization from Brazil helping some people in villages to prevent the rainforest deforestation. And so it was really pretty fascinating. But this part of the story I want to tell you about is this organization from Palestine, which is in the West Bank, in the Middle East. The Middle East has been at different wars for centuries along the way. And this woman who ran the organization, Palestinian woman, she now lives half the time in the United States, half the time in the West Bank. And her organization is about helping disenfranchised, marginalized women who are victims of war, who are refugees along the way. And what she's trying to do is kind of lift them up, create a mini business to help them, to get them a decent living wage along the way. And so she was pretty inspirational in how she talked about it and her work, and she was dedicated, and she was serious. And you can tell she was concerned. She was concerned that the organization was going to keep going. How can she help the people, the women she was working with who were suffering along the way? And so as the conference was going along, we've had a chance to chat with her. And then as part of the conference, the folks at Notre Dame asked our team to do the trauma-informed training that we had a few months back. And so Inez and Miguel did the training. And there Inez shared her story, her vulnerabilities, the same with Miguel. And then out of the corner of my eye, like at another session, I saw Mariana talking to this woman about the training, about trauma, and about hope. And then a little bit while later, then I saw Inez and Mariana sort of in the corner with this woman, Jeanette. And I happened to be walking by, and they were talking about hope. And at that point, I heard the woman say, she doesn't believe in hope. She's living in darkness right now. Her hope, she has no hope. And she was trying to say, does hope really exist? And it was sort of magical listening to the answers that Mariana and Inez gave her. And you can just see, I mean, I can just like visually see this thing, just see like the weight lifted off this woman's shoulders. And she said, that's right, I have hope. You've given me hope. You've shown me how hope exists. And so to me, what was so great about that was here at Homeboy, we talk about hope, we experience hope, and it's another example, the terrific part of this community is that we unselfishly provide hope to others, even though our troubles are mighty. And that, in fact, our hope is infinite, and hope does have an address.
Yeah.